Oh my goodness. Welcome everybody. We are the XoneBros. This is your positive gaming and Xbox One community. This is podcast number 276. Thank you very much for joining us. It's good to be back. Another week, another day, another dollar. As always, I'm joined by the bros, the XoneBros. First, it's Mr. McSpicy.
Hello.
This man next to me is Jordan the Man.
Hello.
And I am X1. It's great to be here. Let's jump right into it, guys. Jump right into it. Wreckfest. It's a new game. It came out of nowhere. I have no idea where it came out. So I spent my own personal funds to purchase this game because I was like, oh, I want to destroy some stuff. And then I did. And let me tell you, I have not had this much fun. All you got to do is go back and watch my stream. My stream when I streamed it this morning, actually. I was just nonstop laughter. Nonstop laughter. You literally... They turn couches. I didn't know this happened in Destruction Derbies. Apparently it's a thing. They turn couches, like your home couches, into moving vehicles.
That's
they
pretty
put
awesome.
an engine on it.
Where do you put the engine? Under the middle cushion?
Under the middle cushion with an exhaust and a steering wheel, and then they Destruction Demolition Derby them. It's great. It is hilarious. You do Demolition Derby in there it is right there. That's it. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Everybody's watching. Oh, it's so fun. Just me playing this game. I think we had at least 15 people purchase it while watching it. It's that good. What made me purchase it? What made me purchase it was watching someone else play it as well. Streaming. I was like, "Oh, what's this game? Why is it going so high here on Mixer?" And jumped in, played it. It is Destruction Derby with Forza Horizon driving like mechanics. It feels that, but the destruction is amazing. Like any bump you take, like there's little dents, there's big dents, you can destroy your entire car. This game rewards you for bumping people in a race, for destroying their car during a race. I want to do a community play race with this. Can you imagine how much fun it would be?
Well, don't they have like a realistic mode too, where like when you can roll in with 3 wheels and stuff like?
Oh yeah,
because they have a realistic destruction type.
It's insane. It's so good. This isn't even the best mode. The racing mode is fun, and what they do is they set up their race car tracks. And I'm sure this is just normal in Destruction Derby. I don't know, but they set up their race car tracks. So, for instance, there's this one race that I did that's on a NASCAR track. So like NASCAR is just the circle, right?
Yeah.
But what they do is they put you half the track in a circle, and then when you get to the end, you turn around and go back, and so eventually you're going at each other. And you just crash into each other. It is so much fun. I love it. It's what made me get it is I saw it on stream. Like I said, I saw people streaming it, and then I went and looked at a bunch of reviews, a bunch of first impressions, 9s and 10s everywhere, and I was like, okay, well, let's do it. Let's do it. It's only $39. You can get the full season pass, the VIP pack for $50. Look at this. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Yes.
The RVs.
Oh, RVs, buses. So even in this mode, you could go up against these guys and just be on a lawnmower and race your lawnmower with them. Oh, you're not going to last because you're going to get crushed. But look at that. And that's what they do.
It's like a
you have to
figure
turn
eight.
around. Yeah, they figure eight it, and then they cross the sections. You just die laughing. I die.
Oh, loop-de-loop with an RV.
I die laughing. This game is just so... I was crying. My throat hurt.
That was funny.
I laughed, I cried.
I laughed, I cried.
What I saw that I thought was kind of a cool little mechanic, when things get destroyed, they actually stay on the racetrack. So when you come around for a second lap...
Did you come back for a...
you can hit stuff and cause more destruction. It's pretty funny.
Well, Beast, thank you for that subscription. Everybody listening to the podcast, that's what happens when you subscribe live, baby.
You're famous forever.
16-month anniversary, Beast.
Woo!
Boom. Sorry, Jordan, what were you saying about the tracks and stuff?
So I was saying a cool little mechanic that I saw is when you break parts off or get destroyed, that stuff actually stays on the track.
It stays on the track.
Yeah. So when you come around for lap 2, you got to watch out.
So my first time playing the lawnmower race, it's a figure. Yeah, so you can build your own cars. Yeah, it's a double bug. And look, this one is a true demolition derby. So you go until you wreck someone. And you get points for it.
But they're doing it wrong. They're driving forward.
I know. No,
in demolition derbies, you drive backwards.
No, I know. Watch.
That's where the engine isn't.
Yeah, I learned that quickly because my engine caught fire and I died, so I had to start driving backwards. And I was like, I'm in there. I'm like, why is everybody driving backwards? And then I figured it out.
Demolition derbies are one of the greatest things humankind has given to.
Well, let me tell you,
to existence.
It's fabulous. But my first lawnmower race, it was all a bunch of lawnmowers, and then someone had a giant tractor. Look at that. Look at the couches.
So for everyone listening, we're watching couch racing.
Dude, look at that.
You're on a sofa with a big old engine.
Look at that exhaust.
I want to do this. I want to do this to a couch. Also, if they've done it to a couch, they've done it to a lazy boy.
What's awesome is the duct tape on the back. That's just like making sure it's all.
Anyways, on my first race with lawnmowers, I'm coming around. It's a figure eight. People are getting crushed. There's like a giant compounder in the race that's just crushing everybody. And we're just in lawnmowers racing around. And I didn't realize that body. See, did you see that? Bodies. There's a body. Anyways, a body got stuck on my lawn, on the front of my lawnmower. I was just dragging around this poor dude for half the race. It was hilarious. This game, I'll tell you where this game. Even everybody in the stream chatting said this game would be a blast with friends. This is like a great party game, and people come over. It is. This is good. We're gonna do a community play with this for sure. Everybody, a game where you're encouraged to smash into people. What could go wrong? Nothing. Nothing could go wrong.
Nothing at all.
You just might have fun. That's all. That's all that might happen. Anyways, Wreckfest, it's this surprise game that I didn't know was coming. I didn't know it even existed. And it's a jewel. I just wish it was in Game Pass, but
maybe in a few weeks.
Yeah, if you're disappointed that there's no new Forza coming out this year, if you're looking for something, if you're in a gaming funk, there was a lot of people that have told me on stream that they're in a gaming funk. It's mobile. It's been messing up all. We could try a restart. Everybody. Sorry, on the podcast, our
gotcha.
mixer. We stream live.
I'll take care of it, David. You keep talking.
There's mobile issues. Sometimes that happens. This is how the sausage is made. The people need to know.
That's so strange.
Yeah, it is. It's
got to be Mixer.
Mixer.
Mixer's had our live show is flickering, but sorry everybody. But that's
what you do.
Sausage, sausage meatballs.
Anyways, if you're in a gaming funk, honestly, there's a lot of people in the stream in our streams who have said lately, like, "Oh, I'm just in a gaming funk," and I think that's just part of summer, right? Too. This would be a great game. Wreckfest. I highly recommend it. This would be a great game that takes no thought. There is zero thought.
It's just a good time.
It's just a good time.
Yeah.
It's just super fun.
Is it a full price game? $60?
$39.
Oh, okay.
Unless if you pay $59, you get like the season pass or whatever it is.
You get the DLC couches.
You get the DLC couches.
You want to know? You want to know a true story about my life?
Yeah, go ahead.
My friend owned a Plymouth Fury 2. It was like a 79 or something like that.
Yeah.
It's one of the last vehicles that was made of pure steel. It was like
yeah.
It was a great
didn't
car.
he enter a demolition derby?
He had it parked in his driveway and it was a piece of crap. It was awesome. And some guy pulled up. He's like, "Hey, I want to put that in the demolition derby next week. Can I buy that from you?" And my friend sold it. And we went and watched it. It took third place.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was it just crushed afterwards?
Oh yeah, it was game. You don't come out after that. So some guy was like, "Hey, that's a good car for a demolition derby."
I'm
hilarious. Telling you,
Pure metal.
It's one of the funniest things you'll ever watch. It's a good time.
That is hilarious.
Demolition derbies are just the greatest thing mankind has ever made besides donuts.
And monster trucks.
And monster trucks.
Donut or donut hole? Preference.
I just like if there's chocolate on
Yeah,
it.
Not
they're
donut
both
balls.
deep-
Sorry.
they're
I
both
think they're called
deep fried.
donut balls. Not donut holes, but donut balls.
I prefer the holes to
I just
balls.
got that.
Yeah. Okay. That is a good question. I'm gonna go with the hole.
Yeah, I prefer holes.
Donuts are so good. So good. You know what's good? The Chinese, like you go to a Chinese buffet and they have the sugar bread. It's basically a donut. But
It's basically
it's
just
a roll.
bread with sugar on it.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It's like a croissant with sugar.
Actually, anything deep fried with sugar is fine by me.
you
It
had-
could be like a pencil if it's deep fried and
Have you
covered
ever
in
had
sugar.
Have you ever had deep fried ice cream?
Yes.
I've never had that. Is that good?
Wait, you really haven't?
I really have never had deep fried ice cream.
Doesn't your wife and her family do they not have that part of?
No.
Oh.
I mean, is that a Mexican thing?
Yeah, I think so.
No.
Actually.
Del Salvadorian.
Well, no, I believe it's in that in
South America.
Latin America. I'm not
There you go,
saying
yeah.
it's one, but I think it's a Latin America thing.
Deep fried ice cream?
Yeah,
fried ice cream,
actually,
yeah.
I think he's right because remember on Arrested Development when
Way
the
to
dad
make me feel stupid, but I'm pretty sure
no, I'm
you're
just-
the
no, no,
a-hole
yes.
here.
No.
You prefer being an a-hole or a dickhead. Sorry for saying.
It's okay.
No,
No, I think he's right because remember in Arrested Development when the dad took the fryer down to Mexico and it sold really well.
Yeah.
You remember that? Yeah, so I think he does really. No, you're right. That makes sense.
We're using Arrested Development
As our
like point of reference.
it's our compass.
our
Arrested
compass.
Development is our compass.
It is our compass. Oh. Okay. Well,
Yeah, well,
no,
I'm surprised you haven't tried. It's really good.
I don't think she's ever had fried ice cream either.
really.
Interesting.
El Salvadorians are boring
I'll
people.
make you some.
They're not creative with their food. But you'd think they would be. No, pupusas are good.
Barbusa.
They're good.
I just like the way that sounds.
They're good.
Do we have any cool sounding food in our heritage of this?
Cool sounding food?
Yeah,
Mantequilla.
Scottish
Yeah,
haggis? Right, you got to say
Haggis.
this. You got to haggis.
Haggis.
Haggis. Hey,
Sausage.
sausage. Breakfast sausage.
Potatoes.
It doesn't sound the same.
Doesn't sound as cool.
Yeah, it doesn't sound as cool.
No, the Latin accent, it's so
Sexy.
so romantic. Unless it's annoying. Then it's just annoying. But there is a romantic. The Scottish accent's not so romantic. The Scottish accent.
What are we talking about?
The Scottish accent is like.
No, it's romantic to me.
It's the Scottish people.
No, it's more impressive.
It's
because like when you hear a Scottish accent, you think that guy can throw that tree post really far.
That's exactly what you think.
Dude, that's one thing we're good at,
It's
man.
it's an accent.
Drinking
made for,
and
see,
fighting
but not for
and
romance.
rebelling. The
Not
three
for
things we're good
romance.
at, man.
For
I don't know.
For getting drunk and killing ourselves.
No, I
In
don't know.
fights.
Getting drunk and then charging,
Charging into battle
just rebelling
with no
you know?
cup or underwear to protect us.
Wait. With no, is it normal practice to wear a cup into
In the
a battle?
You bet your ass it is.
I think Maximus always wore his cup when he went into battle.
If you're going into a battle to fight for death, you best wear a cup. Because if you don't, you know how quick you're going to die? One swift kick, and your head is gone.
And it's literally.
Literally. You're on your knees, and boom, there goes your head.
Both of them.
Both.
Chainmail was the original concept for a
Yeah,
cup.
For a cup.
Yeah.
Chainmail was the original cup.
Then they expanded it to the rest of the.
Yeah.
I did not. I'm learning. Is this in the rest
There.
of the
I believe
development?
that was. I actually believe the history. That is how the first knight became knighted. Yeah.
They gave him,
bestowed a cup upon
No,
him.
no. They knighted him because he created a cup for the knights
He said, "Hey, you know what we need when we charge in on our horses?
We need
to save our jewels. I've invented this.
Is that why they call them family jewels?
I mean,
Because
this-
it's
because
okay.
of the knights,
The knight, yeah.
the knight that was knighted, the
Oh
first
my
knight
gosh.
that was
I'm gonna
knighted
go make a Wikipedia page about all this history.
for family jewels. We should have a page, XoneBros history. The history with XoneBros. It could just be a channel.
The
a YouTube
first
channel.
knight in the history of mankind.
The first knight in the history
was
of
to
mankind.
protect your balls.
He was only knighted. He wasn't a knight like many think that went into battle. No, he was a scientist. He was tired of seeing his friends and comrades come back out of battle limping because they had been kicked in the nether region.
And sterile.
And so he said, there's got to be a way to stop that. That's why the Scottish were defeated. They didn't discover the cup till much later.
Yeah.
That's
much
that's
later.
true story. Look it up. It was like 1333. I think
Right
it was
after the
that-
plague. Yeah.
First, the plague wipes you out. Then you get kicked in the nuts during battle. That's
Then
had-
you get knighted for figuring the
then
They had to
you
think of
best
something.
figure something out, right?
Yeah.
first good invention in the Dark Ages.
Yeah. Let's move on to the news.
I think that's a good idea.
Whoa, we went way off.
Yeah, okay. Jordan, what's new this week in the Xbox world?
And the Xbox One world.
A lot.
Boom. A lot. Yeah, it's a
No,
lot.
hey, this actually news story is really cool. So Fortnite is getting a new soundtrack.
Wow.
That you just
And
heard.
you just heard a piece of it.
Wow.
That scared me to
That
death.
scared me a lot, too.
No, Fortnite.
You have
Fortnite.
one job.
Fortnite and Borderlands are teaming up. So there's going to be a Fortnite mashup, kind of like they did the Avengers mashup, or Fortnite Borderlands mashup, which is really cool. So first off, you get the Psycho skin, which comes with a Claptrap backpack.
Boom.
So
There
you get
go.
to carry around Claptrap
It is
on
super
your
cool.
on your
I
back.
actually.
The
Go ahead.
I was going to say the other big.
Go ahead.
The other big part of this update is there's going to be a certain section on the map where if you go into it, it's going to be kind of like a bubble, essentially. And when you go through the bubble, you turn into like cell shaded. It's kind of a Borderlands theme. It's got loot boxes and stuff like that. And if you stay in there long enough without getting hit, you do regen shield.
Yeah, I
Which is very
actually
cool.
was in playing Fortnite today, and in the Pandora. Pandora. I want to say
Yeah.
Pandora.
No,
That's
it's
like
Pandora.
a sandwich shop, right?
It's Borderlands. It's
yeah.
Pandora.
I was in the Pandora area, and it's super cool. It's actually they nailed it.
Yeah,
I
it's called the
actually-
Mayhem event.
I was watching streamers play this, and how does Fortnite turn the cell shading on and off like that?
The bubbles. Like,
but
when we went through the bubble,
also
you know?
they just were like, okay, let's
They
put
just-
this
it's-
bubble in this game
Yeah.
that magically changes the
That's
artistic
exactly.
value
I mean,
of the game.
that's how I
in
experienced
the
it.
Unreal
It's-
Engine, there's just a bubble tab that you just.
You
So
just-
no one coded it. It was
No,
just
there. Source code, man. It's just already there.
You
yeah.
just press
It's
the
actually pretty impressive how
it
they're.
looks really good.
Yeah.
Like it really looks. In fact, I think Fortnite would do itself a huge favor if they went to that art style because it looks amazing.
Yeah.
No, it's pretty cool. I think it's a really cool event. Be sure to check it out before it goes up. But moving on, Gears 5 getting a lot of big news lately because let's be honest, it's Xbox's big flagship title this year, and I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
So, the new Gears.
Yeah, tell us
is-
about it.
So we've been getting a lot of news on it, but this week we got to hear more about kind of and last week with Gamescom, the campaign and stuff like that. But I thought this was interesting. They're talking more about the open world level design. So the game itself, the developers were pretty hesitant to call it an open world game because it's not like a Grand Theft Auto type open world, right? But there are going to be points like traveling from point A to point B where you go within this level to get to your next mission, right?
Sure.
And what was cool is the news article I was reading, what this person was playing, he says as they were going, one of the computer players was like, oh, hey, look, there's a cave over there. And they went into a cave and it started a side mission sequence and stuff like that. So really cool. So it's kind of changing up the
Well, I like that.
Gears formula. But that being said, I mean, I don't want to say changing up the Gears formula, but I mean, it's kind of adding something new would be better to say. And from what what they were talking about, it still feels very Gears with this kind of new flavor.
Well, I
right?
mean, I think it's this happy medium because totally open world games can be exhausting. Totally linear games can be a little limiting, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so this happy medium where it's a linear level, but within that level there are explorable,
explorable areas,
places.
so.
I think I kind of want to argue against your point.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I don't think linear games are limiting.
No, but they can't. They
They
if
can
you want,
be,
if they want.
but
if,
I don't
if you
think
want
that-
more.
I don't think that's I don't think that's because of the style or genre of game. I think that just makes it a bad game. You know, I think single player linear games.
Maybe limiting is the wrong word because I'm even talking about good linear games that I enjoy. You just want more of it, right? Like you're like, oh man, I really wish I could go explore here because I'm just loving this place so much. Look at that off in the distance. It'd be cool if I could go over there. And this is kind of that happy medium, like, oh well,
Fair enough.
now you can go over there, right?
Yeah, fair enough. I still think. Well, that's why you have NG Plus.
I actually
you have-
prefer linear games.
I do.
does.
Yeah.
Well, I just prefer
think-
good games.
I just maybe that's what I. That's
yeah,
me too.
I like good games. I cannot lie. Yeah.
Boom.
So, what are we talking about?
Oh,
now?
we're talking about Gears. So anyway, in some cases, these levels that they're talking about are 50 times larger than the average Gears level, right?
Okay.
So I mean, it's a big open world, and in other, basically what they're saying is they're not trying to make Gears an open world game. They're just taking environments of the open world and fitting it to Gears, if that makes sense, right? They're not. It's not. They're very specific on saying it's not an open world game.
Yeah.
But
Because it's
we
not.
have these types of environments to kind of add flavor, I guess.
There's
Would-
more.
yeah.
There's more explorability within our levels.
It's
than
just kind of
there's been before.
it's a new design for Gears, but with all the people that have gotten to play the demo and the campaigns and stuff, that all the articles I've been reading, everybody says it's a really cool feature and really cool for the Gears franchise, but still feels very Gears of War.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
okay.
is cool.
So
That is
anyway,
super cool.
who's excited for Gears of War?
This
I
guy.
am.
This guy.
Who's going to play the campaign?
This guy.
Probably just me. Because you guys still need to play the Halo campaign.
This is true. This is something that is
So.
true.
All right, this next story, I love these things, and people can disagree with me. I think these are better than loot boxes. I think this is the best way to do your microtransactions, and we're going to dive right into it. Destiny 2 is coming out with a battle pass.
Yeah.
This is just my personal opinion. People can disagree with me and hack our website if they want, but I think battle passes are the best microtransaction for video games.
Format.
I think
for
it's
video games.
one of the best ways to do microtransactions. I would agree with that.
I agree because you still buy stuff,
And you still
but
earn
you
it.
earn it.
So the thing is you can pay $10 and only get to level 2.
You
and
pay for the right to earn it.
Yeah, kind of. Well, it's a good way. It's only $10, which isn't a bad price,
Well,
right?
and you can earn that though too. So you can earn your next season's battle.
Yeah,
pass,
exactly.
always.
If you go all the way through
Yeah.
and get level 50 or whatever level is, right? But more and more games are doing this because, Fortnite started it and it's very successful, so you got other games doing it, right? I think it's the best because it's a good way to support the developers. Because Mark, you're a content creator, right?
Yeah.
When they create all these skins and assets and stuff like that, I mean, that's I mean, I know it's their time, but when players are paying for that, I mean, that's good revenue for them, right? Because it's not burning a ton of resources, right? I mean, that's good revenue for the game,
I'm going to
right?
teach you a really important fact about economics.
Okay.
Whenever somebody takes money out of their wallet and puts it into your wallet,
there you go.
that's a good thing.
No, but it's not a diminishing return for them. All they have to do is create this cool sword, and then someone pays $10 for it. You know?
Yeah. I get what you're saying.
Well, and I think the way that it works is it helps keep it fresh without feeling like you're being jobbed all the time.
I hate
right?
it when I'm jobbed.
Yeah. Well,
Do you know who jobs me a lot?
I don't want
to. This is a turn.
No,
I don't know.
Overwatch loot boxes.
Oh.
Now, see, there is a game that would highly benefit from a battle pass.
Because instead of getting the loot box, you could earn
instead of getting
skin
4
you want.
sprays, that really makes me mad, and Mark's 2 million loot boxes that he's never going to open.
Yeah.
I think you're going to hit a limit. I think it's going to be 999.
I'm at 180 right now,
Yeah.
I think. I have 180. And you want to open them? I don't want to. It pisses me off.
There's a ton of way to support developers, like the loot boxes, right? You're supporting the developers, but it's a gamble, right? I like this format because I get to support the developer for a good game, and I can see what I'm earning, and I still get to earn it through gameplay, right?
No, yeah,
Which is really cool. I just think it's one of the best
I
microtransaction.
agree 100% with you. I have the John Wick, as long as they don't screw you over later like they did with John Wick in Fortnite. Because I got John Wick was a tier 100. I had to work for that.
Oh yeah.
But because of that, when I'm on the battlefield and I pull out a John Wick and they see a John Wick skin or you see another John Wick skin, instantly you prepare yourself because this guy was a rank 100 on that battle pass. It doesn't mean they were good. It meant that they put a lot of time in, so odds are they're good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just a respect thing, right? So
now
you earned it.
You could argue the fact, well, hey, Jordan, you could just buy your levels like in Fortnite and stuff and that. And yes, you can. And yes, if you want to drop over $100 to get that, you can do it. And that's still supporting the developer. But what's nice about it over loot boxes is even if you buy the whole battle pass, every single level, you still see what you're paying money for.
Yeah, I think I agree 100% with you.
So, anyway, back to the original story. Destiny 2 is getting a battle pass type system. They've showed screenshots of it. It just looks like a normal battle pass. It's coming out in the next season, which will actually be Shadowkeep. So when Shadowkeep launches, the battle pass will be there for it, which is really cool.
Yeah, can I just read something from the article here? This is an article from GameSpot about the new Destiny 2's battle pass that will be coming. This is what they say. They say the system doesn't sound too different from Destiny 2's old seasonal engram system, which provided random drops for players which provided random drops to paying annual pass players throughout each season as you leveled up your character over the game's level cap. The difference here is that drops won't be random, and there's a path for players who don't buy in. There are 100 levels to earn in each season, and Bungie is planning to let you buy ranks toward the end of the season if you're lagging behind and want to catch up on some rewards.
So it's a battle pass
to earn as you play. Yeah, but it's not too different than their engram system, is I think what they highlighted. But now it brings order. It's not random. But you know at this point I'm getting this reward.
But that's the thing. Like the only difference between this and Overwatch loot boxes is I know what I'm getting here.
Exactly.
I don't know what I'm paying for with Overwatch loot boxes, right?
Yeah.
So, and like you said, it's fun to pay your $10, support the developer, and just see how high you can get in a season.
Boom.
And
there
if
you go.
Your wife gets mad at you and you got to spend a week with her, you spend another $30 and catch right back up.
Does Diablo does seasons? Does Diablo do anything like a battle pass?
No, they do in their seasons, because the idea is to level up as high as you can with a new seasonal character. You get like different rewards at the end of the season for leveling up that character in different cosmetics.
So there's no incentive there to have a battle pass, because that would seem like the perfect game to.
Honestly, I think any game can have a battle pass. I don't think it's hard to do. I don't think it's hard to implement.
I think it would be more difficult to do a battle pass for Diablo without breaking the game.
Yeah, because their season is built on.
I guess
those
you can.
I guess you can
do skins.
Destiny's the same way. It's an RPG, right? They're not giving you weapons. They're giving you cosmetics and skins for. Wait, are they giving you? I thought they were just cosmetics. Maybe they are breaking the game.
No, well, I'm not talking about items that affect your gameplay. I'm talking about like, you know how you can transmog or whatever.
Yeah,
that's the only way I can see it working in Diablo. If you're getting like weapons and stuff, that would break it.
No, you're right. That's actually a very good point, because I didn't think about that. Now I'm thinking because on the Destiny screenshot, there's like a cloak there for a hunter. There's a chest piece and a weapon. Are those actual weapons, or
look at the logo? I think those are transmog
Yeah, and,
Whatever it is.
and that's what I originally thought they were, but I mean, I guess
I think
we'll
that's
get
what
to
that
it.
means. So
Yeah.
it's probably some super cool skins. Is there skins
Yeah, which is really
that
cool.
you can turn your regular stuff into?
Remember, actually, know what it is? It's probably a level 0. Because you remember how you
Yeah.
do it in Destiny, and then you take your thing and you infuse it to make it look like that?
Yeah.
Wow, we are thinking now.
Yeah, we're on the right
We're-
page
yeah,
now.
so-
We
Boom,
figured
there
it
you
out.
go.
No, but anyway, I think this is really cool. It's coming out with the Undying season, which is the launch of Shadowkeep, which is the new expansion. Guys, I've been playing Destiny this week.
You how's it being back in?
It's a really good first-person shooter.
Very nice.
Well, the reason that I played it is because now I can play it on my computer and my Xbox, and everything
that
carries
account,
over.
that account transfer system,
which is really fantastic. It's a good game.
you utilize the account transfer,
And I've never played Forsaken, so it's exciting going through that story and seeing what happens.
and you like it?
Oh yeah,
Oh, Destiny's good.
so it's a good one. So
Borderlands, more
Yeah.
Borderlands 3.
Borderlands, check this out. So they're gonna have post-game content. Big news there, right? So fun. Woo. Anyway, there's gonna be post-game content. They've kind of laid out like a mini roadmap. There's going to be free events. For example, there's going to be a Halloween event after the game launches. And then there is going to be actual DLC story expansions. Now, those story expansions are not free. They will be paid. But according to Borderlands 3, they come with a lot more content.
Okay.
So, which makes sense. But events will be free. Story expansions will be paid. And they will be supporting the game after launch.
Borderlands looks like
Dude, I'm watching the Borderlands stuff, and that guy in a cape and whitey tighties is awesome. Whoever that guy is that was running by you, I can't wait to play this game.
I know it's going to be fun. It's coming out soon.
That guy, yeah.
So September 13th is the drop of Borderlands. So
Which
stay
do you
tuned
know
for
is
that.
in just like 2 weeks.
Oh, not
And
even
our goal was to beat Borderlands 2, and we're not even like
close.
Well, because other games are hogging the bandwidth of my game playing.
Yeah.
There's only so much gameplay bandwidth that one has.
It's true.
in their life.
Speaking of another fantastic game, Cyberpunk 2077
They had a deep dive today.
had a deep dive.
Deep dive.
And it was really good. They showed
it was so deep that I jumped in at multiple times, and I was like, I don't know what's happening. I've got to jump back out.
They're too deep.
There's too deep. It's like talking about like, now when you designed this system, what did you do to encourage players to do this? And it's like developers talking like way deep. So super cool.
Yeah.
But you're gonna have to go watch it from the beginning, because if you jump in the middle of that kind of, it's like we're jumping into the middle of a theological conversation. You're just like, I don't know what's happening. This is too deep.
It was really cool. So they had the interviews with all the developers,
Yeah, they
right,
did.
which was fun. And then they had this video that was kind of like, I call it like a featurette, right? It kind of showed some gameplay, but also explained their systems and how the game would work. Kind of like the old
Red Dead Redemption.
trailers. They had that guy like,
Our
"Look."
horse is the best horse ever.
Yeah, and you're like,
this
"Yeah."
is why.
And it really is.
You're like, yeah, it was.
really is.
Every multiplayer match starts with the Mexican standoff.
Oh,
And you're like, yeah.
Players will be given the opportunity to shoot their enemies right at the beginning.
Which I think was the best part of that game.
Dude, I think that should be implemented
Best
in every
feature
game.
in a game? I think so.
I believe so. Whenever you're like starting the match and everybody's got a gun on everyone else.
I don't think that's the best feature in a game. Fusroda, best feature in a game for me.
Or sending pictures to your opponent who you just beat.
Yeah, that
Paradise
was pretty.
City.
That was pretty
Okay,
awesome.
I will argue that in Call of Duty, when they let you listen to the last 5 seconds
Oh,
of your
yeah.
kill, I think that's the best feature.
Because all it is you
Sure.
piece of mother.
No, he's always like,
Lag.
"Are you kidding me? That's bull!" And then it cuts off. Oh my gosh, that is the best thing a game has ever had.
That's funny.
Okay, touche. Wins right
There's
there.
a top 5.
Top 5 list right there.
So Cyberpunk showed off some really cool gameplay. Keanu Reeves was in it. Mark explained it the best way.
Yeah, I think so. After you watch that, you learn a little bit of things. I think Keanu Reeves or Johnny Silverhand,
Yeah.
Johnny Silverhand.
Johnny Silverhand.
I believe is his name.
Yeah.
I think he's your Cortana
Oh, you think so?
because he's like in your.
He's in your ear, but
In
isn't
your brain.
isn't everybody like? Can you not communicate that way?
Yeah, but he's like the only
He's
one
like-
that, as a player right now, I care about.
He like follows
okay.
you around and like appears in certain.
and his
like-
name is
Oh,
Johnny
so
Silverhand.
maybe when we see him in that trailer where he's helping you up, he's just
Oh,
like,
no,
Yeah,
no.
he's a Cortana.
you're only seeing him.
No. Like, he doesn't mean he's like a literal Cortana. He's saying he's a Cortana-like character.
Oh,
like
so he's a mentor.
He helps you push forward.
You're thinking
I'm
that
thinking
like.
he's like,
I'm
wait,
thinking
so he's
digital.
not there?
So he's just digital.
I think he's like.
I mean, that could be the twist of the
He's
whole
your
game.
he's your sensei.
You're actually Master Chief.
He's your sensei.
He's your sense. Yeah, there he's your
This is
sensei.
Master Chief's origin story.
Keanu Reeves would be a cool sensei to have.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. Hey guys, this game.
I know kung fu.
So anyway,
I want more.
Cyberpunk 2077 is shaping up to be an excellent game.
Lots of guns.
Also, this next game I'm actually very excited for. I wanted to get it in preview program, but I didn't. We talked about it a little while ago. Hunt Showdown is now fully released on the Xbox One. This is that game I was telling you about. It's kind of got that gothic-y feel to it.
Yeah, it's like Vermintide with guns.
And other players trying to kill you.
But then you also work together, don't you? Like,
Well,
you're
so
also killing monsters.
think of a... I don't want to say battle...
Dude,
well,
here
okay.
it is.
It's an arena.
Think of a battle royale
with zombies.
with
less
NPCs.
players.
Okay, here we go.
Dude, look at that monster.
Think of... Hey, check this
So
out.
why would why would that
think
player
of a
try
raid.
to help that player? Because it's in this co-op. This is co-op.
No. So they're playing together, but there's another team before
There's
doing their
other
own thing.
teams
Yeah.
doing, and you have to. And isn't there permadeath in this too?
Yeah, so there's so many things tied together. So like you go out into this world where there's a bunch of bosses, different mechanics, and that's who you loot off of is all these bosses and crazy people. But in this world, there's also other players that can hunt you. So if you're about to take down a boss, someone else can come in and just shoot you in the head and then take down the boss.
And then you
right?
can take their gear,
and yes,
and you level them up.
and
Oh,
if
that's
you
And when you die, you're no longer leveled up.
I'll tell you what. Just off this trailer, I
And-
really like the style of the game.
yeah,
though.
it's like the gothic
It's
feel.
very cool.
And after all that, say you kill a boss.
I wouldn't say it's gothic-y. I'd say it's like swamp people.
Well, maybe they're just in the swamp section.
Oh, okay. Fair.
No, every map is like this.
Yeah.
enough.
So, and then when you get your gear from killing the boss, it's kind of like the Dark Zone from Division, where you have to extract before you actually get that gear. And then it's kind of like Escape from Tarkov, where if you die, your player just gets sent back to the screen and you have nothing. You have to actually extract
That's actually what this game reminds me of most is Escape from Tarkov. By the way, the game is Hunt Showdown.
Yeah, Hunt Showdown
In
is
case
what
you
we
guys
say,
didn't catch that. But no, it's really cool. And you have like dark powers because you have to go from section to section and you got to suck in those powers to know where to go next. And so the game forces players in that way, like a battle royale, to go
Together.
to cross paths.
Yeah.
You know what
It's
this
cool.
game
I like
kinda-
this world. I like the
Yeah.
world too. The look of it. You know what I mean?
And you know what this game kind of gives me the feel of, and you guys can disagree with me, it's not in art style or gameplay or anything like that, but the mechanic behind it, it gives me like a Sea of Thieves, mostly because I've been playing that, in the fact that we're on a mission together to go to this island or whatever to get our loot, and other players can come and either ruin
can
our
see
day
that.
or we can ruin their day.
Yeah,
You
I
know
can
what I
see
mean?
that.
So it's kind of got that same mechanic feel, whereas you're in this world with you're in the shared world with other people while trying to extract and get your loot.
I like
right?
this idea. Not pure PvP, but
it's PvP.
but not pure PvE either. Right?
It's PvP for sure because you are scared out of your mind and you need to kill. If you see anybody, you kill them.
Well, what's
on
funny
sight.
is
Yeah.
as you can tell here from the video that we're showing, it's very horror-esque as well.
See, that's
Oh,
the
yeah,
that's
there you
the
go.
dark.
That's the dark stuff.
Yeah, that's the dark stuff when you go in and you can kind of see where your next
Well, I
objective
love
is.
how so they're showing for everybody listening. They're showing on this trailer a part where the people are in the woods, and it's so dense and huge, and it just looks cool, man.
if a
It looks
horror
really
if
cool.
a horror movie took place in the bayou,
Yeah.
that's essentially what we're looking at,
Yeah.
right? So
Anyway, super cool looking game. I've yet to play it at all. I've never played. I've seen people play it on the PC. I'm glad it's on the Xbox now, fully released. So this is definitely a game I'll be picking up.
That's
yeah,
exciting.
it's gonna be
It
just
looks cool. When is the release date on this?
Now it was in preview program. And
Oh, it's out now?
Yeah, it's now. It was in preview program for a while.
Oh.
And now it's live on the Xbox. It's exited the preview program.
Is
and
it free? It's not free to play.
It's a live game. I actually don't know. I will pull up the price
Let's
in
purchase
just a
this
minute.
game. This
Oh
will be
yeah,
way fun to
definitely,
play.
definitely.
It's difficult. Prepare your butt cheeks.
Well, remember Escape from
for
Tarkov?
clinching.
But I like that because remember when we played Escape from
Well,
Tarkov?
I enjoyed.
like
I
how,
played like one time with you guys, and I enjoyed it.
how
I think
frustrating it was, but
well,
so
I think
like
that concept
rewarding.
is cool. This risk reward
Yeah, yeah,
concept
yeah.
that they have, right? Like that is cool.
Well, it makes your reward that much better.
Yeah.
Even though I only extracted those 8 bandages,
Explain Escape.
I got those 8 bandages.
Spicy, explain real quick in 10 seconds. Explain Escape for Tarkov, the mechanic of like you have to the risk reward mechanic where you choose to just extract and keep your gear or
Yeah.
not.
Escape from Tarkov is a permadeath game. If you go into a match and you die, you lose everything that you had on you. You can bring things in from previous matches where you survived and kept that gear, but if you die,
You lose it all.
everything.
Whatever you took in with you.
Whatever you took in with you. So Escape from Tarkov is cool in the fact that you have players that are. It's almost like it's a good 4-way. It's almost a 4-way gangbang. Meaning you have the guards that are NPCs, but you can go in as a guard and play as a guard, and they're on your team. If you want them to be, if you shoot them, they'll turn on you. Didn't mean to call it a 4-way gangbang, but it kind of is. So you have guards that are protecting areas that are generally NPCs. You have other looters that come in with their gear, and they're trying to kill the guards, take their gear, go through. It's all about loot. It's all about getting better weapons.
Looting is your level. Like, that's your leveling system is your gear.
And you want to get gear. You want to get a lot of stuff because when you sell it, you can sell it to vendors outside of the actual matches, and then you can upgrade those vendors, and you can buy more stuff, buy more gear, buy more ammo, et cetera, et cetera.
It's super. That's a super cool model.
But
that's what's in this hunt showdown.
What's so cool is when you go in there, you have opposing people trying to get the loot. You have opposing looters, but you also have the NPCs. But those NPCs can be real players too, and then they can also turn on each other and take their gear. So you can go in in two factions, but it's every man for himself essentially, unless you're grouped up with friends, right?
Yeah.
Super cool game.
That mechanic of the risk reward, like, do I extract now? Do I get better loot? What do I do? Do I take this in so that I can get better loot? But what if I die? I lose it. It's very. I love. I think that's cool. It's a really cool aspect. It's a really cool new take on leveling in a game. Instead, it's your loot that levels you essentially.
Yeah. If you die, you get pissed. Sometimes you're okay dying because you only brought in a pistol.
And hey, just to clarify on the Hunt Showdown, so it's still in preview program right now, but it will be launching on September 19th as a full game.
Okay.
And you can buy it right now in preview program for $30. So I think I might buy it now because I'm sure when it launches it might be a little bit more expensive.
That's exciting.
So anyway, very cool. And last but most certainly not least is Monster Hunter World Iceborne. Check this out. Before the game comes out...
Wait, was that last? Did we go over this already?
Oh, sorry. Second to last, but certainly not least, Monster Hunter World Iceborne.
Boom. It's here.
Well, it's not here. It's almost here. Comes out in September.
We got another...
Which is soon. There's a lot of stuff coming out in September. I don't know if I can play it all.
Yeah.
Especially now that WoW Classic came out.
I know. Oh, my gosh.
And also Monster... What a cool game, though. Monster Hunter, it's so polished. It's so good.
Well, let me tell you how cool it is.
Go ahead. Tell me.
It's so cool.
It's so cool.
That on September 2nd at 11:59 p.m.
That's
Pacific
9/2.
Standard Time,
Yes.
all the way through September 4th, you can play the Iceborne
for free?
beta.
For free?
Well,
It's
the beta.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. That is cool.
And it's available for everybody on Xbox One. So Iceborne, for those of you that don't know, is the Monster Hunter World expansion, which takes you to this icy tundra.
Yeah, it's a tundra
world of ice and monsters.
It's so cool. What a game, though. Like, their monsters are crazy awesome.
I'm watching it because we're showing gameplay on the camera, right? So and I'm watching this game, and just watching it, as much as I like Dauntless, and I really do,
this does it better.
Monster Hunter World is just...
Dauntless was more convenient.
Yeah.
This overall is just polished, deep.
I mean, that guy is spraying his
Dauntless
back-end
is like
tail
the
at you.
intro drug to Monster Hunter World. Like, it's the entry level, the gate drug, right? To
I agree.
Monster Hunter World. Like,
Yeah,
if you don't know what Monster Hunter World is, play Dauntless. If you like Dauntless, jump into Monster Hunter World because you'll love it.
Very cool. Anyway,
And they have samurai cat chefs.
can't beat
Yes,
that.
they do.
Yeah.
So September 2nd, 11:59 Pacific Standard Time, all the way through September 4th, Iceborne Beta, available on Xbox One. You can download it for free. It's free to try it out. Just go in, try it, see how you like it, and then you can buy the full game later in the month in
There you
September.
go. Some big news with games with gold. Spice is going to be happy at this one.
Oh, yes.
Big time
He
happy.
is. So, obviously, new month, we get new games with gold. And those new games are
Hitman, baby.
Hitman Season 1.
Spicy's puzzle of the year. Hitman.
But see, that was already on Game Pass, wasn't it?
Well, now it's on Game with Gold, so you could own it for forever.
Oh. Well, it's good, regardless.
Yeah.
Everybody play this game.
So,
It's
September
good.
1st through the 30th is going to be Hitman Season 1. Very cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you guys were going to have more of a reaction.
Jordan, that is a great
Thanks.
game. I really want everybody to try this game out. If you have any desire to play a fun stealth game, that I think this stealth game is one of the defining stealth games modern, in a modern take on
that's
it.
what you've said.
It's so good, man. It's so good.
From September 16th to October 15th, you get We Were Here. And then jumping over to the backward compatibility 360, 1st to the 15th, you get Earth Defense Force 2025.
Boom.
Always got to defend that Earth. And
Always
then,
gotta defend it.
one that I'm excited for here. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
excited for all these, but this one kind of stands out for me as well. September 16th through the 30th, on the Xbox 360, Tekken.
Yeah.
Very cool.
You're a big
It's gonna
Tekken
be,
man.
Who isn't?
Who isn't? I dare to ask.
Who
you.
doesn't like to punch other people in the face in a virtual world
Well, I like
to
what I
take
like
out
about-
anger from the real world?
What I like about Tekken, and I like it, like the Dragon Ball Z fighting games does this, and so does Dead or Alive, the 3D fighting. So like you can spin your camera on, what is that, an x-axis or whatever. Anyways, you can go. You're not just, it's not flat, right? It's 3D as well. I think it makes it really fun.
Oh, I get what you're saying. How
Yeah.
you can step around and it
Yeah.
makes it like you are
In the world.
Well, the camera moves with you too,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, it's super
Well,
cool.
and that's actually a mechanic that I could never figure out and got wasted by people that could.
Oh, yeah.
Because they knew how to sidestep my attacks and then kill me.
yeah.
But I think it's a really cool mechanic.
Yeah, that I think is really. I think that puts those. It sets those games apart from like a Mortal Kombat because Mortal Kombat is flat. These are 3D. Dragon Ball Z does it, and this and like a Tekken.
Some
does
Mortal
it as
Kombat
well.
is not flat.
I mean, I just said Mortal Kombat has its own stuff that sets it apart.
That's so it does. I was watching some highlights of Mortal Kombat.
It doesn't need to go into 3D.
I was watching some highlights of Mortal Kombat today.
Is it all fatalities?
And I had to stop because I was like, I don't think I can show this on stream. It was insane. Insanity. That game is so cool.
That's fun. But
I
anyway,
would never let my kids play that game ever.
Really?
Just for the record.
What if they're like of
well,
age?
until they get to the appropriate. Well, if they're mature enough.
If they're mature enough, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they. But I feel like it would give lots of people nightmares. And I also don't want. Son, stop. No, you're not going to be able to break
Actually,
his rib cage like that. His head will not come out of his spine, nor would you want that to happen.
Please do not punch the testicles that hard.
Yes. You cannot. If you kick him there, his head will not pop off his body like it does in Mortal Kombat.
One of them, you kick them in the groin so hard that their
spine,
spinal
right?
cord goes
Goes
out the top
out
of
the
their
top.
body. Now that is a powerful kick.
That is hence the
Funny,
need for a cup when you go into battle.
Oh, that's true.
If that man had a cup, Mortal Kombat doesn't allow cups in their rules.
It's probably
Yeah, it's a part of
it
Mortal Kombat.
takes place before that night.
Before that night invented the cup, Sir Cup.
Sir Cup. You know what's funny is
His name, I believe, was Jacques.
Jacques, Sir Jacques.
So that's where we get the name Jacques.
So he's French.
Yeah, he was French. Sir
French
Jacques. He was the first one.
Sir Jacques
that's
Strapu.
funny. That's funny you
Sir
mentioned
Jacques
that.
Strapo.
That's funny you mentioned you won't let your kids play Mortal Kombat until they're of age, right?
Yeah.
Because of something that happened at work this week.
Oh,
My
okay.
wife and I had a very serious discussion about when our children will be playing video games and what video games. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, it was intense.
Wait, what happened? Can you
Well,
tell
okay,
me?
so I
You
was
can't
doing.
just say that.
Yeah. Tune in next week.
Tune in this week teaser.
Oh, because the battle's still going on?
No, it's not. Well, we had a good conversation that I ultimately won.
That's what you think.
So it was an argument.
She won.
We had a great conversation. I won. So if you didn't win, would it not be a great conversation?
No, she wasn't against it. There was just particular games that she was against,
Oh, like
right?
what?
Well, you can guess.
Mortal
Like Grand
Kombat?
Theft Auto and
Grand Theft Auto.
yeah. Well, she
Is Grand Theft. I guess.
basically she just didn't want.
Is Grand Theft Auto?
Yeah,
I don't want
know.
to tell you what I've outdone up in the Pinewood.
That's why I did not.
Sign.
I didn't finish that sentence because I remembered spending a lot of hours in a certain club.
Hours.
Hours. Yeah.
Oh, man.
And there was an achievement I was going for.
Yeah. Well, you
No,
achieved it.
Our conversation was good. It was basically about like like she wants them to play outside for a couple hours,
Oh, yeah,
and
no,
then
that's
they can
good.
come in and play. Yeah, so our conversation was fine, and basically like, hey, they can't play Grand Theft Auto until they're older, right?
No, I don't have a
Anyway,
problem. I agree
Yeah,
with
no,
that.
our conversation was fine. But what started this conversation is I'll take customer service calls for
For the internet.
at my job. So I'm taking this one call, and this lady calls in, and she's a mother. She was like, "Hey, my son's having a problem with the Xbox and this and that, and blah blah blah." And I was like, "Oh, okay. Well, what's the deal? I know the Xbox very well." Anyway, I was able. It's just she gave the phone to her son because she didn't want to deal with it. 'Cause she has no idea.
This
what
is
the
when you
Xbox
say,
is,
"Ma'am,
right?
this is what I want you to do." There's a podcast out there called the XoneBros.
Yeah,
They can
totally
help you.
plug our podcast
They
at
can
work.
help you.
So
She's
he
like, oh, okay.
he was having basically slow and lagging issues, right? Which I was able to fix. He did think though, he was a young kid, like he was super young, like maybe 10, right?
Okay. Bot.
And
Did he use the word bot?
well, he used a lot of funny. Anyway, so
Okay.
he told me, he was like, yeah, it's just really slow, and he's going through all these things, right? And he thought it was slow because he had too many friends on Xbox Live.
Oh, that's
That is
adorable.
cool.
No, that part's funny, but the next part is I didn't know what game he was playing, And he was like, okay, yeah, finally. I was like, okay, so what game does it lag in? What's it doing? Blah, blah. Let me get an idea of what's going on here. He was playing Grand Theft Auto role-playing. And
At
the
10
stuff,
years old?
He was young. I don't know the exact number, but it was barely a double-digit number. And he was telling me, like, yeah, I was trying to do this with my friend. And I was like, you did what? And you're like...
Well,
and,
but
I was
here's
like,
the
and I was
thing.
just sitting there like, well, I got to tell your mom what this game is because I don't think she knows.
Well,
Like it was, which I didn't though. I minded my own business and fixed
I'm
this
gonna
problem.
t-
But that's what ignited the conversation.
Here's the thing.
At our
As
house.
gamers, we have an advantage because if you don't know gaming, and you're like, oh, he's just playing the Xbox. It's nice.
That's what it was.
Like he
yeah.
doesn't know. She doesn't know
But-
necessarily.
I mean, at the same time, Grand Theft Auto role playing is a little different.
oh yeah, you're with.
But you
Not
can-
what he was telling me, man.
You can't, but it's like the Wild West. It's free play, right? You can
Oh, there was
make
some
up your
free
own
play.
scenarios.
They did.
So that it's yeah.
Well, here's the thing. I would not let, as someone who loves the Xbox and plays the Xbox, my kid until they were like in high school, maybe junior high, probably junior high. They could not connect to any kind of party chat or in-game
Oh yeah,
chat.
I'm
That-
100%.
That is off. 100%.
I do that. I did when like my nephews got their Xbox. I opened it up before they got it for Christmas. I opened it up and did all those settings beforehand.
Yeah, there are
Yeah,
settings
it's one,
in there.
There's
yeah.
No,
so
I
many
know.
good settings.
Yeah, the Xbox, the PlayStation, all the consoles really have fantastic features there.
No, and
as
just-
parents to really empower you to know what your kids are playing, and more importantly, who they're not talking to.
Yeah. And just for the record, I'm not saying she was a bad mother or anything. I just don't think she knew what this game was. And the kids, he was like, yeah, it would lag when we did this. And he told me what he did. And I was like, okay,
Well,
well, I
what-
can fix the lag part, but
Well, what
you're
did he
10.
do? Well, now I want to know what he did.
We'd have to change the rating.
Oh,
Like,
really?
yeah, it was like,
All
it was
right.
basically
Wow.
what you did in that achievement thing,
Oh,
but worse.
He was going for, but he was worse.
But it was role playing.
But it
was
was like-
he
it was
purchasing
like-
hookers or something?
Oh yeah,
No.
and killing them and
Wow.
and taking their money
He's
back.
like, well, on this mission, I have to kill.
Wait,
Fenna.
so if he's role playing, he was on PC then, right?
No, he was on the Xbox. I don't know if he
Do
was.
they have RP servers? on
I
Xbox?
didn't know that.
I don't know.
Well, when someone calls in and says, "Hey, I'm having trouble with Grand Theft Auto Online," I think, okay,
Well,
it might not be your internet, man.
It might not be our servers. that are
Yeah, so
having
just
issues.
so you know. But we'll try this out.
Sign this waiver.
There's
here's-
certain.
Here's what I don't understand about Grand Theft Auto. Or not even Grand Theft Auto, Rockstar. You're one of the most successful gaming companies in the history of mankind, right? Like, I'm in Red Dead Redemption today, playing it online in the middle of the day.
Great game.
I want to go in and do some multiplayer, so I jump into multiplayer. I'm with one other person. You're telling me the 5th most selling game in this month, or the 6th, whatever it is, still of Red Dead Redemption. I can only match up with another player. Fix your servers, guys, so that it
I think-
combines everything.
I think the problem doesn't necessarily. I mean, it does obviously mess with their servers, but I think how they set up the mechanics for multiplayer is their issue. Like in Grand Theft Auto 5 Online, it was through your phone,
Oh,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
you had to load into it.
Well, but
and
on
then
this one,
get
I can just
disconnected,
on this,
you load
on
out
this
of
one,
it.
I can just get in. I just go to a menu, quick join,
Yeah.
and I select my multiplayer, go in. But they just do such a bad job of condensing. I don't understand it. Just
Yeah.
throw everyone together.
Which is the mechanic of having an open world, go wherever you want.
Yeah.
I think they can do much better.
Yeah.
I think they need an idea guy that's in charge of networking.
Go hire the head server guy from Blizzard or someone
That
who
guy was cool.
has a record of doing those things.
That guy was way
Whoever
cool.
you need to hire, you're Rockstar. You create these amazing games, but what you don't do.
Well, and that's what's so frustrating is their games are so good, you want them to work seamlessly.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Grand
Well,
Theft
and the
Auto.
game, well, here's the thing: the game does, right? The multiplayer does not.
Grand Theft Auto Online, if it didn't have the connection issues it had, it would have been my game for years and years and years. But it's so frustrating to wait 5 minutes to load out of the online and then load back into the online,
Yeah.
and then only have 2 people in a 24 map.
It's the
Again
same thing. So I
and
wonder
again.
if their matchmaking service is that, like, because you're on a server for their open world realm, right? That's you're in a realm essentially, right? This is your server for your world with all these people, and if they're only matching multiplayer from people from that server, and it takes them a while to,
Well,
it just
and-
doesn't make sense to me.
Originally, when you would search for a game, it would just send out invites to your whole friends list. That's not a system for matchmaking. I'm
Well,
sorry.
that was on Grand Theft Auto
that
because
was funny.
your friends list was in your phone.
It was so stupid. But it's so good. I mean, the racing in that game is
fun.
so fun. The multiplayer, they have so many game modes. It's so fun.
Well, it's the same. Even Red Dead Redemption, for the complaint that there's not a lot there, like there is, and I would argue that Red Dead Redemption, it will get there once player housing drops. The thing that makes Grand Theft Auto so good and you're so invested is you have a permanent residence, right? Like that's ultimately what people want in this world.
Yeah, but you only ever have 2 people in your 20 map game.
Yeah, that's the frustrating
That's
part.
the problem since Grand Theft Auto Liberty City.
Yeah, and so in Red Dead in Red Dead Online, well, here's the thing: in Red Dead Online, in the whole world, I don't have a problem. That the open world part
Works.
and it works really well.
It's the matchmaking.
When I go into the matchmaking, that's when here I have 50 people in my open world. I don't know what their cap is on it, but I go into matchmaking, and the most you can match me up with is 1. So we're sitting in an internal loop, waiting to get matched with other people. Like, it just doesn't make sense.
They need just a lobby with game modes, like a Call of Duty team deathmatch, a free
And then
for
it
all.
takes everybody that clicked on
And-
this and puts them into a queue. Boom.
Yeah.
Places you in matches.
What they're trying to do, and I get what they're trying to do, it's the seamless. That word sucks when you hear that with online matchmaking. Seamless and online matchmaking break the networking. It's happened in every game that I've played that says that. Every single one. You just need a place to go play the game mode that you want to play. Whether it's a hunt, like the hunting ones, whether it's the gun games that they have,
Yeah.
and just put a lobby where people can join. And then even if you are changing game modes, just like Call of Duty, you can change the maps and stuff like that.
Can I ask you a question? What's the point? So in Realm Royale, I've been playing a lot of Battle Royale this week.
Dude, Realm Royale is fantastic.
I like Realm Royale. You want to like about Realm Royale?
Chickens.
No, runes. I think runes are cool. A cool feature, like these passive runes that
dig
you
the
can
chickens.
upgrade your. What I don't like about Realm Royale is the leveling system. Like I think that's foolish. But
Oh, yeah.
but what I do
enough.
like is the rune system. But what is the purpose of the lobbies in a Realm Royale or a Fortnite or a PUBG?
To
You
let
load into a lobby.
It's
What's that
everybody
purpose?
loading in.
Because
Everybody's
Apex-
loading in at different
Go.
speeds.
Apex Legends has no lobby, and I prefer it's.
No, it does.
It does. Your character screen is your lobby.
Your character screen is the lobby, and then the plane itself that you're in before you jump is still. It's the time where the network is balancing out. When you have all these, think of it like a website.
Well, that's a superior way to do it. Like honestly,
Well, that's what Realm Royale is doing. You just don't. You're just not.
You're in the
third
ship
person.
for a minute.
You're in the you're in the ship that's flying across.
yeah, but I don't like that. Like I just do.
So you
what
want to be in
Apex
third
Legends-
person so you
Just-
can see the ship flying.
Just fool me.
Well,
Just
so
make me
'cause-
think that I'm not in a lobby.
Think of it like this:
Makes me more impatient.
you have a door, and you have 100 people trying to run through that door all at the same time. You're going to slow down as you go through that door. But once you're through the door,
Yeah, you're good.
It's good. That's what's happening. You have 100 players coming in all at once, and so that part of the game in Fortnite, they put you on a little island.
So in Apex, they're
Where
just
you're-
it's,
it's just a
in
warm-up
Apex,
phase.
it's just Mirage,
Take that time. It's even in Overwatch. They even do it with games that have a lot less players.
or it's like Division, no loading screen. Well, there is. You're just walking through the loading screen.
in Overwatch, you are in the both sides. It's like choose your characters. All right, 40 seconds till we fight. That 40 seconds, if you can turn on the networking ping stuff, it's spiking way high, but it takes time to slow back down and level out, and that's when things are good. So they're actually doing that in all the games that you play. You just in Realm Royale, you're just in a crappy place. Everything looks sucky. There's a guy with he's flying a ship.
I think it's foolish. Just don't take me there.
The guy's dancing though.
Well, what if they put you in a menu screen that says ready in 30, 29, 28, 27? That's every other game.
Well,
Same
not
thing.
Apex. At least it makes me feel like I'm in the game already.
You're choosing a character and it's counting down. It does the exact same thing. They just did it without you knowing it.
Yeah, that's better. Fool me.
But see, in like an Overwatch or in Realm Royale, that time you're getting your thumbs loose. That's what you're doing. You're warming up. You're all right. Let's go. And in Fortnite, you're grabbing. They give you weapons to play with, to practice, to get loose.
No, in
Yeah.
Fortnite, it's
Warm
just
up.
annoying people dancing in front of me all the time. I got to run away from them.
Yeah. But anyway,
You are just a hard man to please.
yeah.
Well, no. I like to be fooled. Just fool me. Just make me
Just
think
fool
that
me.
I'm not in a lobby.
So anyway, that story there was why my wife and I had that conversation.
No, that's good. I think it's good. I think it's important to talk about, acceptable and unacceptable games to be had by the children.
It was funny. I'll tell you what he was saying after the.
Okay, yeah, I'm excited.
I too am excited. That brings us to the last segment of our show. This is the segment where we take your questions. You can submit a question each and every single week over on Patreon, patreon.com/positive gaming or XoneBros.com/support. Submit a question, support the show, support the community. Thank you very much to everybody who does so. Before we get into our first question, can I just say I have also been playing, as a result, I've been playing Fortnite this week a lot.
Really?
Yeah, I despise that game. I have really come to loathe that game with a fiery passion.
You just hate things that that people like.
You're the hipster gamer.
No, it's not that, because I enjoy PUBG. I enjoy Realm Royale. I enjoy Apex. Fortnite. I think it's this, because when I got into Fortnite a little bit deeper earlier, like about a year ago, right? Maybe a year and a half ago, and we went through. It was Playgrounds were just launched, so we were practicing Playgrounds, doing the builds. I enjoyed that. It was a challenge. It's gotten to this point where
you look at
now I jump into Fortnite and it's just like, this is tedious. Like, why am I building? Just let me shoot you in the face, right?
Okay, what this means, David, is you don't like that game.
Yeah.
So you should play another game.
Yeah,
that's what that means.
Well, I'm playing it because I want to get the experience, and I'm just coming to this realization.
I don't like this experience.
That's like
that Fortnite sucks. That's my.
I hate Thai food. Where do you want to eat? Let's go have some Thai food.
Everybody's raving about Thai food, man.
And then you go, and then you're disappointed. What did you expect?
Well, no, here's the thing, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it before. I think it's gotten to this point where its success has become its downfall. And I would be curious because we know that Fortnite numbers are decreasing. Twitch saw a 2% decrease in its total views, and they credit Fortnite, a decrease in Fortnite play and viewership for that, right? And I think Fortnite's own success in the building genre and adding all these silly things is also ultimately going to be its downfall. It's gotten to the point when I jump in now too, for whatever reason, back a year and a half ago when I jumped in and was playing, I was really enjoying it. I was playing with Jono every morning, you know what I mean? Really enjoying it. You were showing me stuff. I was trying to improve my skill.
One by one.
Yeah, enjoying it. It's gotten to a point where I think they've added so much and done so much, it's too crazy. It's too crazy. Everybody's constantly switching from assault rifle, shotgun, sniper, shotgun, 1-2, jumping in on their hoverboards, doing crazy sniper shots. Like, it's become too much.
It actually sounds like the same reason why Mark stepped back.
It's become way too much. It's like I look at it and it just feels like chaos. It doesn't feel like a game.
I didn't step out because I was switching my weapons and stuff. I switched out for the hoverboards, and I hated
airplanes
the planes.
And
Now they have
a
mechs,
which sounds like everybody hated actually.
Well, that's everybody hate. I think pretty much everybody hated the planes. Pretty much everybody hates things that are OP, and that those things are very OP, right? So, I think David, I don't think this game is part of your. You like real-time strategy games. You like sports games.
Well, but here's the thing: I'm enjoying Apex Legends a
and
ton.
Realm Royale.
I'm enjoying Realm Royale. I really like that Realm Royale. I think that's cool mechanics. I like the building aspect.
I really think Realm Royale is a little underrated.
Not the building, but the crafting. Sorry. I'm really enjoying Halo. Halo, I'm really enjoying. Halo's making a huge comeback in my life in some major ways.
Yeah, it's a good game. We played it.
Yeah.
So I think what it is I'm really having this resurgence in my life of first-person shooters. I haven't been in a first-person shooter since the Nintendo 64 or since Xbox, since OG Xbox.
Is a clean first-person shooter.
It's so clean.
Same
It's
with
so
Halo
clean.
too.
But here's the thing: in that game, because Fortnite has this weird. I think Fortnite honestly is tailored to children.
100%.
Obviously.
Yeah.
And I think that there's this outgrowth.
That's where the money's at.
Because in Fortnite, when I die, I am frustrated like nobody's business. I get beat way more in Apex because the skill level is like next level, right? Way harder in Apex, and I don't feel as frustrated because Fortnite has just gone to this point. It feels gimmicky to me. It's a good game if you enjoy it. Good. Just for me, it feels like it's just become a gimmick of itself.
Keep in mind that in Fortnite or in Apex, you don't have somebody coming up doing an L dance over your corpse.
You know? With music, yeah.
We have
those parts I don't even mind either. It's just when I die in that,
Is it because you know you're losing to like an 8-year-old?
No, I think that is true. That does not help.
funny.
No, what I think it is, honestly, is the gunplay is not real. That's what it is. In Apex, I know that when I died, it's because my gunplay is worse than that gunplay. In Fortnite, when people are doing flips and shooting, and they're not even aimed at the reticle, and somehow 700 yards away, they can only see this speck, it eliminates the person. Like, that's not... It's not based on talent of shooting.
You're coming from like Halo 5 and
so in
Apex are very skill based shooters.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think that's what I know. I know how to get. I'm at level D right now, right? I'll never be an A+ player, but I would like to get to a solid B+, and to get. I can see the clear path forward to get from D to B, and I understand. I can see on the field everybody. I know he's an A. I know he's a B. I know he's a C. I can compete with this guy, right? Like there's this clear path forward. There's this clear differential. In Fortnite, there's not. Like it's just so.
Well, and I've said this many
so
times.
Messy.
It's because it's a much more forgiving.
Yeah, it's like
game.
magnets. Like those sniper shots, those highlights. Those are just magnets. It's.
Oh, I gotcha. No, it's much more forgiving because you can be out of position and still win a fight.
It's a game
Fortnite.
of maze.
Yeah, you can maze. Yeah, that's funny.
But I think the perfect formula for Fortnite was wherever they were a year and a half ago. I don't think I've evolved. I think Fortnite has evolved. I think a year and a half ago it was at its peak. Clearly, numbers-wise, it was. But I think, or at least that was the start of the rise of this massive peak, right? But I think that was their sweet spot. I think it's become too big for itself. Like, it's just become too silly for itself. It's reached this... They can't bring it back, right? It's grown bigger.
I don't know.
I mean, maybe they could. But, they need a Fortnite Classic. Fortnite Classic. What I'm saying is, I enjoyed Fortnite back then. I don't enjoy it now, and I think it's because it's too messy. It's too chaotic.
It's not a controlled chaos anymore.
Yeah. Whereas before, I felt like you could improve in that game. You could do the building. You could do the builds. Now there is so much chaos going on. It's just like, all right, there's all these creative modes that you can go into, which I actually think are superior in some ways. But there's so much there, and it still says beta on it. Are you kidding me? You're bringing in $500 million a month, and you're a beta? Give me a break.
They didn't want to update the loading screen.
Yeah.
Man, you're pissed.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he does have a good point there. You bring in $500 million a month, and you're a beta.
Yeah, that's dumb.
You're the most popular game
The most popular game in the world,
and you're a beta.
and you're a beta.
Well,
Maybe you
second
should
most
jump over-
popular.
Oh yeah, that's
Crossfire.
Right. That's right.
That's right,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's right.
Who is owned by the same company, apparently, right?
Or they own 40%.
Yeah. You should maybe jump over to the Save the World mode.
That's what Azaria
It actually
said.
might relax you a little bit.
No, and I just don't. All I'm saying is
To have empty lobbies.
I don't mean to be like lecturing on Fortnite or stuff. What I've just been thinking about though is why did I enjoy Fortnite a year and a half
No,
ago?
I understand.
And why
David.
don't I enjoy it now?
I understand. You feel to Fortnite how I feel to Fable 3. And just people just don't understand. I get it, man. I know where you're coming from. No, I understand.
Yeah.
No, I get it. I understand you. At the same time, it is a kid's game,
No,
and you are an adult. And you're like basically saying, I hate it because it's a kid's game. I like adult games.
No, but here's the thing: there is skill involved, like the build, the speed and agility and accuracy that people build with, and watching how quick people can do it, and then the shots they get off, and the battles they have, especially as they go up or they're over, and the cat and mouse. That is entertaining to me.
Would you say?
But then when you jump into play, it's this barrage of chaos.
Would you say building is more the skill rather than gunplay in that game?
Yeah, building is definitely the skill in that game.
I would
for
agree.
sure. Yeah, building is if you can build, it doesn't matter if you can shoot because you could just outbuild the shooter, right? Like shooting is not the.
I'd still say shooting's part of it, but building's definitely a majority factor.
Yeah,
and knowing
Whereas
where
in,
people
like-
are.
and
Building-
maybe it's that I have evolved in the respect that I'm so hyper focused right now on. I mean, I'm leveling in Halo, right? I'm playing Apex every single day, trying to get better at that. And so these
positional, traditional positional,
Yeah.
Skill-based shooters.
skill-based
going
shooter.
for headshots, being smooth, calm, collected, and none of that works in
Yeah,
Fortnite.
when you're playing Halo, it's much.
Yeah.
You get it. If you're out of position, you're done.
Yeah,
Halo's a little more forgiving than like an Apex.
Yeah.
because of the overshield. But yeah, you have to play smart.
Nobody in
from start to
Fortnite.
finish.
And maybe that's my frustration. In Fortnite, none of that matters. Some of that matters, but I mean, you're building your
But
position.
you have way outs.
Yeah.
Way super Super way out's way more forgiving. Third person peek around corners. You don't. You can totally see where people are.
Fortnite's a great game and everybody loves it. Great. I don't know. I was just trying to figure out. This is a therapy session for me.
It sounds
Why
like
did
it.
I love Fortnite a year and a half ago and I hate it now?
I don't think you liked it a year and a half ago either, though. I think you enjoyed it with us when we played with us.
That's true. Granted,
by
I am
yourself?
playing it by myself,
Yeah.
so it's not like I'm playing
I
with
think
friends.
that's more the case.
Okay, that's
I
true.
think-
Or even Overwatch. I enjoy Overwatch. I enjoy playing by myself. I'm playing these other games by myself. Just Fortnite, I just never. Okay, that's a good
I
point.
think that's what it is.
That's why I come to Mark's realm of therapy.
That's what I'm here for.
Our first question of the day comes from the Red. This is a great question after our heavy discussion on Fortnite. Favorite ice cream flavor?
Chocolate.
Ooh, not even a thought.
Rocky Road.
I like chocolate.
Ooh, Rocket
everything.
Road is solid. I'm a mint chocolate chip guy, or a normal
You
chocolate
like
chip.
mint chocolate
or
chip?
a normal chocolate chip.
Okay, is it the fake chocolate chips that tastes like wax, or is it like the real chocolate
No,
chip?
the real. I like, especially if you got by the expensive ice cream and they come with the thick, dark
Okay.
chocolate chunks.
There's an epidemic of wax chocolate and mint ice cream, and everybody seems to have that whenever I go to parties and stuff. That's why I'll never get.
I mean,
That's
whenever
the
you
cheap
get
stuff.
so yeah, you don't. Here's the thing. I think our family, the extended family, like everyone, I think gets high quality ice cream.
Okay.
I think we have been bred and raised with high quality ice cream.
So when we taste that other
So
stuff,
when you go from the
I'm
other stuff,
disgusted.
so the cheapest ice cream I will get, like the low quality stuff, I consider is Far's ice cream, which is not low quality compared to real low quality ice cream. Like Far's is pretty real ice cream, right? But I consider that low quality. That's my low end ice cream.
do you like Tillamook?
Oh yeah, Tillamook is
That is fantastic. That's what got me to get my
Tillamook?
gallbladder removed.
Russell's ice cream. Oh,
I lived in
I've-
Tillamook.
oh, so good.
Yeah,
I was
went-
stationed there.
That's
Oh,
why I
very
went
nice.
there. Is because I came to
I was
visit you.
stationed there. It stinks. They've got like 5,000 cows.
That's fantastic.
For
But
ice cream?
imagine the ice cream.
Oh, it was great.
And the cheese.
You can go get it's all fresh. You can go to the.
Dairy.
That's why I went there. That was
Oh.
my first gallbladder attack. Was that day when
That
I went to
is
Tillamook?
so-
for the
Oh,
factory.
Azaria
Funny.
says butter pecan. Dude, butter pecan is good. Rocky Road is solid. Rum and raisin. I've never had rum and raisin. Ooh. And B says if you get mint ice cream, you don't go to heaven.
Oh, really? Well, it depends. So, Beast, apparently there's good mint ice cream that doesn't use wax chocolate chip.
No, it's just like
That is
well, it's just
disgusting.
like if you get chocolate chip ice cream and it's
Utopia.
cheap chocolate chip ice cream, you get the waxy stuff. No, you got the thick.
It's kind of just the same principle
This
in
is the
life. If
test.
you buy cheap crap,
This is the test.
You
If
get
you
crap.
put it on your counter, just take a scoop. If you put it on your counter and in the morning it's liquid, or an hour later it's liquid, that's
know-
the good stuff.
do you know what's a good-
If you put it on the counter, because I did this once with the cheap stuff, like the $1 for a gallon of ice cream stuff. If you put it on the counter and you come back and it's still in the same shape, it's just like foamy. That's crap.
Yeah. I was going to say, I like moose tracks. Have you ever had moose tracks?
oh yeah,
Moose
most
tracks are good.
I was trying to think of that, and all I could think of was moose knuckles. And I'm like, I swear that's not the ice cream that I like.
I think they add peanuts in moose knuckles.
Moose knuckles.
They do. They do.
Moose knuckles.
Moose
Great
tracks.
question.
Has,
Thank you
almonds.
very much.
They do have peanuts and moose knuckle ice cream. That's funny.
Thank you. Thank you very much, The Red, for the question. Joel Reed writes in and says, there is a lot of Scarlet talk now about potential specs and whatnot. However, I'm curious about what a default controller... I'm reading a question.
Sorry, I had to tell Jordan something really
Oh, okay.
funny. It's just so in your comments even funnier.
Okay, Joel Reed. He writes in and says, there's a lot of Scarlet talk now about potential specs and whatnot. However, I'm curious about what a default controller will look like in the next generation. We've seen a lot of controller-esque innovation in the last year or so with the Adaptive and the Elite controller, but what are you wanting to see updated or innovated on the in-box controller side? Or is it perfect, don't change a thing? Thoughts? Jordan.
I think a lot of the improvements on it are going to be internal and like texture, right?
Okay.
Like grips, stuff like that, right? But I
So
think
internal and external.
yeah. No, I think honestly, I think the placement and the shape and everything like that is fine.
It's probably fine.
Yeah, I mean,
agree.
yeah, how
I
do you
think
get-
I think you've reached a perfect.
How do you get much better than just fitting in your hand?
Yeah.
You know, I don't know.
I hear that.
Yeah. So, no, I think it'll be internal. Like a look at 360 to Xbox One. Yeah, the shape on the outside changed a little bit.
I got one.
But a lot of it was internal, like hairline triggers stuff.
I got
like
one.
that.
I want what the PlayStation did correctly, and I want an internal battery included.
Yeah.
I agree, and make it the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, whoever
Pro
their battery
controller.
company
Yeah.
is, Make it those guys.
Yeah, make it those guys. Yeah, but the PlayStation coming with a battery, the Xbox controllers not coming with a battery, just foolish.
But that's very Microsoft.
Yeah,
They do
yeah.
things like that quite often.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why we
Do you think they have stock in batteries?
Well, if they did, then they would like Duracell?
No, yeah, like double A's, you know?
They purchased Duracell just for the Xbox controller.
Yeah, so then they're double.
actually not
it's
a
like
bad
no,
game plan.
it's double dipping. You know what I mean?
This is what we do. We make these burn out in 6 hours.
No, I think having a built-in battery is cool. I don't care about like the PlayStation has that light on the front. A lot of people think that was cool. I don't think that's cool at all. It's
It turns red when you're
gimmicky to me.
dying in some games.
Yeah, I think that's
actually
gimmicky.
that's helped me out because you're like, "What's that? Oh shoot!" and then you're like, and then you go take cover.
Spicy, anything specific that you'd like to see in the in-box controller, the standard controller in the next generation?
I would like durability to increase 1,000%. I want their magicians to make it so my controller bumper doesn't break ever again, or my joysticks. Everything else is fine.
On the in-box controller, you had those issues?
The what? Inbox? What, am I in my Gmail account? What do you
No,
mean
the
inbox
box
controller?
the controller that comes with your Xbox, your standard Xbox
the
controller,
inbox.
not your Elite controller.
Oh yeah. Do you
Have
not
you
have
actually
it? Where are my
go
controllers?
back to your original controller that you first
there's
used
one up there.
and like touch the but like what you'll tell like your right bumper is a little bit more worn in than your left. You know what I mean? Like there's just, although I mean thousands of hours of gameplay. I mean
That's
it
what
did
happens.
its job.
But I want 100,000 hours.
Have
of
you-
gameplay.
have you seen
I
the
want
little-
1,000% increase.
Have you seen the machines that touch the controller in weird ways to test
I
them?
have
No, yeah,
seen those,
there's just this little thing that like rotates the joystick for like 9 hours.
That's hilarious.
That's how they test them.
I think. Well, overall, the durability is great, but in very sensitive areas, it is not. The Elite control. I burned
If
through.
you get angry and slam it on the table, that does not
This is
count.
not
as
including
Duracell.
that.
Okay.
I have never done that to say my Elite controller or other controllers, but the joysticks start shifting. You've had problems.
You
with
did
this.
crush your
well,
Master
just
Chief
but
controller.
only with my Elite controller. The standard.
I'm not talking about
No,
that durability.
But the standard on my standard controllers, I've not had any issues with the standard ones, which is ironic. The Elite controller should
the
have.
weakest point on the standard controllers is the bumpers.
Yeah.
Because it's all when you take it apart,
It's all one piece.
it's all in piece. Let me
Yeah.
see if I have a controller taken apart back there. Am I allowed to go grab that?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Or are you
I'm-
bored?
Is that the one you
No,
You
crushed?
look like you're bored of me talking.
No, I'm
and
not
that's
bored.
why I'm asking.
No, go-
like you want me to stop.
No, I asked. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm going to do it.
Jordan, so anything other than a battery for you?
Yeah, no, I mean, if I had an internal battery, I would like it.
No, but anything other than that?
Oh, nothing.
Are you going to be getting an Elite controller this time, version 2? I think we all are.
Yeah, probably.
Let's do it. Let's
Why
do
not?
it. Version 2.
Okay. It's on me. So
So everybody that's listening, he hasn't taken apart controller. You can actually head over to XoneBros Instagram account, and there's a picture of this controller.
this
He's
controller
taking
is
it apart.
taken apart, right? But the right bumper right here is one plastic piece, and it pushes up against the guy right there, and that's what presses a button. But since it's one plastic piece, it's really thin right here, it breaks, and I think that's just a flaw with the controller. They could have come up with a better way to do that. Anyways,
I
that's
wonder
what-
if there is a different, because how old is that controller? That's the Halo 5 controller.
Yeah, that came out when the Elite came out, so it was right before.
So
the
I wonder if they trade those, because I will say, so I have the day one controller that I've kept, and I have the project's the Scorpio controller, and I think the Scorpio controller is better. It feels better. So I wonder if they made updates in manufacturing and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this
sure they
was the Xbox. Of course, it's an Xbox Master Chief controller, right? So
Here's another thing that I would like. I would like to be able to custom the Elite controller. You can do custom regular controllers. Why not custom an Elite controller? Jordan's losing pieces. Jordan is losing pieces to the podcast, to the controller. Moving on. Thank you very much, Joel Reed. Great question. Next question comes from Cowsnap. Cowsnap writes in and says, do you think many games will release for Scarlet and Xbox One X, like Halo Infinite, meaning does Xbox One X give some degree of future-proofing as we move to this new generation of PC-ish upgraded console versions? I'll answer this. I absolutely do. Yes, I think the Xbox One X future-proofs you for a while. Because we know we know the games are going to be on all consoles across the platform, and eventually they'll be faded out. But the Xbox One X being the top tier right now, this generation, you're going to be future-proof for a while if you have the Xbox One X, in my opinion.
Well, the idea is like a computer, right? Your computer can run all those games. I think at a certain point.
Yeah, that's why if you have
You
the
know.
Xbox One X, you'll be future-proof.
for a
Absolutely.
while.
Great question, Cow Snap. Next question comes in from Rice Hater.
Oh yeah, it's supposed to come out. It just slides in and out. Like
Rice
that.
Hater. Rice. Guys,
I'm just sliding it back in.
I mean,
It's the sync button.
oh, there we go. I mean, we are a pot. I mean, people listening to us can't see us.
Oh,
Well, what are you talking about?
Rice Hater writes in and says, "How do you guys feel about the revival of Telltale games?" That's right.
yeah.
Telltale
they just
is back.
I thought you were talking about
They
they
were
just released.
They were purchased. It's basically a brand new company. They don't have all their titles. They have a lot of their titles.
Now it's Tall Tale.
It's Telltale. No, it's Telltale. I see what you did there. Seems like with only some of their license, how do you guys feel about revival of Telltale games? Seems like with only some of their license coming back and under new ownership, we may see a completely different company. I like it. I think
Watch
there's a
them do
space-
like first-person shooters or something.
Yeah, even
I'd be
the
okay with that.
the new CEO says that he feels like there's a place for story-based gaming or storytelling games. Like what Telltale did. I think Telltale had a lot of success. It sounds like, from at least all the reports and stuff, and I don't know inside, I might be completely wrong, but that it was basically mismanaged financial decisions that took out Telltale. It wasn't not having successful games, right?
I agree with that 100%. They sold lots of games.
Yeah.
They were, whenever they came out with a new game or a new chapter, everyone was playing it for those 2 hours where they get to press A every couple seconds.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was good. I enjoyed those games, and so I'm excited. I'm excited to see what they do, what they come out with, especially if you have a good story. The key is you got to pick a good story. Wolf Among Us, for instance,
That was good.
something super interesting,
B.
something really good.
That was one of the few ones that I enjoyed. And I'll be full disclosure, I didn't like a lot of the Telltale
Sure.
games because
Well, what's interesting is the one that put them on the map was The Walking Dead. And when you go and play all the Telltale, I've played most of them, you go back to The Walking Dead and it's terrible in comparison, right? Like those other Wolf Among Us is superior. The new Batman is really good.
yeah.
It's superior. I think maybe their art style too. I'd be curious if they switch up their art style. Their art
Or
style was either
Hire an animator that doesn't make Batman look like he's constipated.
yeah, or either people loved that, or either people really liked their art style, enjoyed it, or people really didn't like their art style. So it'd be interesting to see if they redo their art style or anything like that. But good. I'm glad that Telltale is back, at least in name, and that those types of games will be being made. I think it's
Yeah.
a good thing. Last
Yeah,
question.
okay.
Last question comes from Black Knight. Let's go to Mr. McSpicy for this one. Black Knight says, "What is your definition of pay to win? Games are coming out lately." He says, "Where to get the weapon, you pay this, or you pay this pass, and you get the same stuff that a non-player gets, but at a faster pace or XP ranking." Definition of pay to win. What do you think it is? Let's nail it down.
Anything that you can use real money to give you an in-game advantage.
And that's our show, everybody. So
Yeah, but so I think what he's saying is Battle Pass gives you does Battle Pass give you an in-game advantage?
No,
it's
it's just
all
cosmetic,
skins,
yeah.
Okay.
cosmetics.
Okay. How about
Same with Overwatch loot boxes don't give you it. So if in Overwatch, you open a loot box, you get 4 sprays. That's usually what I get. But if I were to open a loot box and get 3 sprays and then plus 20% accuracy, that's pay to win. Because I can just pay money to get.
I would even argue some Battlefield games, I don't think they do it anymore. But remember those gold
Oh,
suitcases
yeah, yeah.
that
Oh,
would
yeah.
give you the
Scopes. Or the shortcut kits, are you talking
shortcut
about?
kits?
Yeah, where you'd pay and you get the whole class.
Yeah.
Unlock, yeah.
That's Jordan nailed the definition. If you can pay money to get a strategic advantage or skill-based advantage or mechanic advantage in a game, then that's pay to win.
So if you're paying, if 2 players can get the same weapon, right? We're trying to earn this weapon through XP, but you pay to earn XP at a faster rate. That is not pay to win, in your opinion.
No, that's still pay to win.
Well, you're
it-
talking. Well, you're talking about 2 different things. You're using the word XP, which is usually not. So okay.
Well,
for
whatever,
example-
or currency. Say you're earning a
Okay, yes,
currency
yes,
as
that's
you play.
pay to win. So, like for example, Heroes of the Storm.
Does that?
It has XP boosts, right?
Yeah. Sure.
The XP boosts, I don't think are pay to win because all they're doing is just. Well, I mean, I guess would they
XP
be?
really doesn't matter in that game.
Yeah.
It
So
used to
I
matter.
mean, basically you're paying for a number on your profile that doesn't do anything.
Yeah,
right?
before the XP mattered, they had that, but they changed their whole system. And now when you get XP, it doesn't matter because you had to unlock at a certain point. You had to unlock abilities
Yeah.
and stuff. It doesn't matter anymore.
So the reason, so I'm okay with like, in that it just depends on how the game does it.
So-
In Heroes of the Storm, you can get an XP boost to level up faster, but leveling up faster does not give you any in-game
it just gives you more
advantage.
loot crates.
It just gives you more
which
loot
are
crates.
skins and sprays and
So
stuff.
if a battle pass were to include, let's say, like the new Destiny one, and if they do include an elite weapon,
Yes,
That
that
would
would be
be
pay
that
to
would be
win.
pay to win.
Correct. I would
Okay.
consider that pay to win.
but if that is not an elite weapon, it's just a transmog,
then it's
not
okay.
pay to win.
Then that's a skin.
Very
That's
cool.
okay.
That is the definition. You've heard it here.
And I'm okay with some pay to win games like a Hearthstone. That's 100% pay to win. I'm paying $80 every 3 months so I can kick your ass.
But it's it's a
But
card
it's a
pack,
card game.
right? Like
that game fits perfectly
that
with
kinda
that
fits with
model.
that, right.
Because if you played Magic, if you compared that game to any other game in its genre, like Magic or whatever other card, I think Kaiju is another one.
You know what they need?
You're doing the same thing. You're paying money.
We have PC build simulators. We have mechanic simulators. We have all these surgeon simulators, right? We need a baseball card collecting simulator.
Baseball card.
And then
You go to
just-
conventions and you have to be like, I wanted that one.
and then you pay real money
And you
to
have to-
buy packs of baseball cards that are digital.
You have to like level up the vendor and like schmooze with him, you know?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like, okay, here, this just came in. I
You can
saved
trade.
it for you.
No, what you got to do is go to the ballpark and wait outside the right outside afterwards to try to get autographs. And
On
it's
the
hit or
baseball
miss.
card, yeah.
It's hit or miss what autographs you get.
And you have to sit
the
there
bat
in the
boy that comes
subway.
out.
You have to sit there in the subway and try not to get robbed when you go home.
When you like holding hiding it in your suit coat.
Dude, that's a good game.
See? Genius. And it would be a great financial model because we would just sell in-game baseball cards that you could buy.
And we could make up names so we don't have to pay any royalties.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It would be all fake, and it would be based on an RNG system of who's valuable and who's not, and we would it'd be arbitrary. We'd just say Benito Rodriguez
Or Fabe
Benito
Booth.
Benito Rodriguez is worth $1 million if you get that card. Buy these special collector's packs for your chance.
Do you have to actually go buy
To win.
you have to actually go buy the card protectors?
You got to
and
buy
slide
the
it-
card
you know, slide
selectors.
them in,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it'll be a game with like your joysticks that you got to line it up, and if you don't, you bend the corner of your card.
And it loses. Yeah, it goes from
loses
pristine.
It loses its in-game value, and you could trade that. There'd be an auction house where you can sell
And then
your
you can
cards.
have like random events, like in The Sims, where like your house catches on fire and you got to take the cards with you.
Bowser comes
did
in,
Did you put them in a
destroys the
fireproof?
town.
Did you put them in a fireproof box? Like
No,
you did,
eventually you can own your own comic book / collector's shop. That's the goal. That's the goal. You start selling on eBay. You start
you work your way up from eBay to Amazon,
which
from
we'll call
Amazon to
we'll call eBay,
eBay.
and Amazon
We'll call Jungle.
we'll call it jungle. No, what's another famous jungle? We'll call it the Sahara.
Sahara.
That's a desert.
It is the opposite. Yeah, it's the opposite.
exact
We'll call it the
opposite of-
Sahara.
Well, it's kind of like Grand Theft Auto, where they instead of Apple, it was pear.
Or Facebook. What was the Facebook that wasn't Facebook?
MySpace?
MySpace. Was it MySpace on No, on Grand Theft Auto.
oh,
They had a Facebook
yeah,
thing.
they did. Their Apple one cracked me up because it was instead of Apple,
It
it
was
was
pear.
pear.
The
It was
Facebook
pear.
one was funny.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Facebook
what
one
was
was
the
funny
Oh,
too.
like Face Intruder or something
Yes.
like that. It was like
like stealing all your information.
Face Intruder, I think. It was something like that.
Dude, I think that'd be a great game. Let's do this. Jordan, you want to make a game? This is not going to be hard. You just need card interfaces. That's all you got to. It's just Spicy's the expert on opening card packs in Hearthstone and purchasing them. He'll handle that part. I'll handle the making up of values and baseball players and stats.
iFruit, that's what it was. It was
iFruit.
iFruit. Yeah,
That was the Apple commute.
iFruit. And it was a pear. That was.
That is funny. But the Facebook one, I forget that. Anyways, there you go. Great question, Black Knight. Thanks for writing in.
Sorry, I just got another idea for a mini game. When you open the card pack, you got to be careful because you can
you
accidentally
go.
rip the cards.
Yes.
When you open a card
Azaria
pack.
says, I once ripped a hollow Mewtwo opening a card pack years ago, and it hurt his soul. See? And then we can extend it. We could just do all card games. We could just call it Card Collector.
Card Collector Online.
Card Collector Online.
Yeah, and then we'll make it an MMO.
Yeah.
CCO.
Yeah.
CCO. Yeah.
There'll be events around conventions, so it'll be like real time. You know, like when Winter's Winter, there's an event in.
It's
in
seriously
World
going
of
to be
Warcraft.
Second Life for card
It'll be
games.
Second Life for card collectors. You could be the world's greatest card collector, all online, without ever leaving the comfort of your.
Hey, can I
your
awesome.
chair.
can I tell you guys a really quick story about this guy in this MMO because this is just reminding me of it. So I watch a lot of YouTube, and I came across this video of the top most paid for in-game items. So anyway, there's this MMO. I forget the name of it, but basically this guy paid like $500,000 for this piece of land in a game. He bought it off of someone, and what he did within a year, he made his money back plus double. Right?
He
Because
bought land in a game.
in a game, yeah. Because in the
What
game,
was the game?
I forget. I'll show you the video afterwards. But it's kind of like EVE Online, where you mine stuff and you bring, you know that game where you mined and did all that kind of stuff. So anyway, basically, he charged a fee to let people come onto his land to mine and ore and build and stuff like that. And that money, like in Second Life, can be converted to real money.
Yeah.
And anyway, so that guy was really cool in my eyes because he literally made tons of money.
He's the digital.
He's the
entrepreneur.
digital real estate guy.
He's a digital real estate mogul.
It was awesome.
Yeah. Cool.
So we should make a game like that too in
I'm
our
down.
card.
I'm totally
Any
down.
game where I can make $1 million, I'm in.
Look, we should make
I
a
want
game.
$1 million.
We should make
We
a
could
game.
call it a millionaire, becoming a millionaire.
Become a millionaire.
Online.
And it's just real life.
Wait.
It's like you got to go drive to work.
No, this is what you do. You make a game that's free to play, but it costs you the price of a real game, $59.99. And with that $59.99, you get in-game $59.99 real game currency.
And you have to build
that,
it up.
Since it's free to play, we just take a portion of that and put it in a vault somewhere. Maybe we gain
Call it Pandora.
We gain interest. No, in real life, we gain
Okay.
interest off that. Off of that interest, we pay people based on their in-game currency, their original in-game $59.99. You can do whatever you want with it.
Wait, so you're saying that people give us money and then we give them back that money once we've invested it?
Yeah, a percentage of that money, yeah. And
That
they can
sounds
make-
like
and they can
something
make-
that happens in real
and they
life,
can make-
doesn't it?
We could call it Ponzi scheme. That's what we could
Simulator.
call it. Simulator.
Pyramids.
Online.
Ponzi simulator.
Online.
Or just Ponzi.
Ponzi Online.
Ponzi online.
Oh, this is good.
Oh, there
man.
we go. So, Spicy, World of Warcraft, it's not on Xbox. Maybe it'll come to Xbox one day, but World of Warcraft Classic,
Yeah, it came out.
how is it? Have you caught the bug?
I have. I've had so much work to do, but
This is the OG World of Warcraft.
I'm excited to learn it and
Yeah.
to play it. I've been playing it. I never thought I'd ever play this game, but it's
Especially
fun.
after the Tucker files, right? Or the
You
Tucker
know?
report. Or-
Yeah, he said his name. That's
oh,
funny.
sorry.
Now he knows. If he listens to the show, now he's gonna.
Well,
be.
there's like 50 of them out there.
Yeah, that's funny.
Sorry, I apologize.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. It's an old friend of mine that really ruined his life because he got into
Oh.
World of Warcraft pretty hard. Which is it happens. I mean, balance your lives, everybody. Enjoy gaming,
But can you see, like,
but
why?
live your life too.
Are you able to see, having not played it, jumping in World of Warcraft Classic for the first time, why, like, does it still show why it's a masterpiece, or is it past its time? Has it aged well? Like, do you get why so many people are so hooked to
It's
it?
fun. It's a great fantasy game.
Yeah.
I think you have your classes. It's a good role playing game. I like questing. I like leveling things up. I mean, if that's what you want in a game, it can do it, and it can do it well.
Greatest MMO ever? Like, do you see why it's the greatest MMO, or considered the top MMO with this reset?
Sure.
Oh,
They,
well, then
they
that's
got
just
me
a
to pay
question.
$15 a month.
Yeah. No, I'm just wondering, like, if it holds up, because I've not had a chance to jump in yet this week.
Well, it's a dated. It was kind of dated when it came out because you needed as many computers to play it as possible to allow multiple character or multiple people to play your game that had lesser hardware in their computers, right? So they call your characters toons for a reason. It looks very cartoony.
Yeah.
But I enjoy it because I like role playing games, and this is a good role playing game. So
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it.
Seems cool. Jordan, how about you? Is it a blast from the past? Is it what it should have always been?
Yes.
It's superior to modern MMO. I mean, modern Warcraft, sorry.
As modern as the live version sits right now, I think so, yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. Everyone's saying, like, this is great. It's going to be interesting to see what their numbers are when
How
they
it
drop.
spiked.
Like, yeah.
They got me to buy it, and
Yeah,
I
I'm-
didn't
I'm-
buy
I
it before.
think-
I purchased it as well, so...
Hey, tell the story about how they said they could fix things.
Oh,
That's what. So anyway.
so yeah, this is typical Blizzard. This is funny. So no one's able to log in.
Queue times,
It's
right.
my queue times this week have been 8 hours to 10 hours. So I would wake up, I would queue to get in my server, and then just so I could play it that night. That's like why I did that, right? So their queue times are terrible. Obviously, they weren't expecting everyone to get this, I guess, which makes no sense because they knew.
Well,
But-
I read a thing where they don't want to give... They don't... it's easier to expand than it is to detract.
I don't
their
think so.
servers.
I think they just said that. That's
Yeah,
exactly
same article.
That's
we
the
were reading,
article
yeah.
I'm going to refer. They basically said we can fix the queue times, but we're not going to. We have the money, we have the technology, we
funny,
have the
yeah.
manpower, but nah.
Well, have you guys seen?
That's what.
Have you guys seen the like pictures of even like in some of them quests, like people are forming lines because you have to wait for quests to do. So,
Yeah,
like,
I've seen those.
the
Funny,
players
yeah.
are forming
Just-
lines to
just-
do the.
yeah.
There's
Have
like
you
a
seen
line
those?
like at Disneyland, but
So,
in game.
yeah.
So funny
to kill the mob.
to kill the mob.
Yeah,
They're
that's-
taking
they're-
turns.
Yeah, the players are cool players.
Yeah, see, I would be the guy that comes in just for fun and cuts.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Challenge you
You're
to
not
a
gonna
duel.
do anything to me. I'll just decline it and still stand there in front of you in line.
You are a dick.
They'd probably go. They'd probably go to, like stand on your flight path so you couldn't click them.
Oh yeah. But then no one else could either.
Yeah, but it's mostly.
Mutually assured destruction.
No.
You're like the guy that goes and stands in the loot cave.
That's who you are. You're like that guy. You're-
No, I'm surprised that people cooperate like that. That's super cool in game because that's all it takes is one guy that's like, I'm not
Well,
doing it.
One thing that Classic has over retail is the fact that it's much more. I don't know if you want to say community driven or
Social
community
based?
Yeah, because
Social focused.
you are forced. Like I literally physically cannot do this quest by myself. The only way I can complete it is to get someone, and guess what? The only way I can level up is by completing that. So you're forced to get groups, and that's how you meet people. I think I said the other night, I was like, this would never happen. Us just running up to this mine, two other guys are doing the same quest. You type in chat, hey, you want to group up real quick? We'll smash
And they
this
do.
out. And you do, and you hang out, and then everybody, hey, have fun. We'll see you around. One guy actually saw McSpicy in Goldshire, and then we linked up with him later in Westfall, and he was like, oh, hey, Spicy from Goldshire.
I remember
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
It was awesome.
That is cool,
Yeah.
man.
And so, just so you know, David, if you go pissing people off, you're
you're
going
not-
to be
yeah.
remembered.
So it's like real social credentials that you have. Like there's real what is the word? Like I don't know.
Clout?
Communities.
Not clout, like your honor, not your honor. Reputation.
Like
you
if
have a
you're
real social reputation in the
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
You don't cooperate with people, it's gonna be hard to get stuff done.
Yeah.
No one's gonna want to cooperate with you.
Yep, just like real life.
That is cool. That is cool. I did log in the other morning, and I was able to. If you get up early, you can instantly get in. The latest I was able to do that. Last I checked, it was like 8:45. So anytime.
time, yeah.
Yeah, our time.
AM.
AM, yeah. So
I-
you can
I-
jump in
today
right
I
away.
logged
But
in
after
late,
work,
yeah.
like around when everyone in North America gets off work, it's like you're like 8,000.
What'll be interesting is they did a bunch of
17,000.
They did a bunch of hot fixes.
Which they only allow, I think, 5,000 on the server. So everybody has to log off twice and a half.
Is there really only 5,000 on the server? That seems incredibly low.
I think that's something, yeah, I don't know the exact number, but I think it's something like that.
Anyway, what's going to be interesting is they've done some hot fixes and other stuff, and they said they're going to try and fix the queue times. But this is going to be the weekend when this is the first
Yeah,
weekend.
this will be the first weekend.
So
Interesting. And it's Labor Day weekend.
just
So
don't.
everybody's
If
got
you
3
get
days
in,
off.
We can
Just-
fix it, but we're not gonna.
Guys, that does us for the week. Thank you very much for joining us. Have a great week. Have a great weekend. Enjoy your holidays. If you haven't had a chance to game, what are you waiting for? Sit back, relax, enjoy a game or two. Enjoy yourselves. Love yourself.
Hard.
Treat yourself.
Hard.
Balance your life.
Moderately.
I would do it hard.
Good balance
Yeah,
hard.
That's the one. Yeah, balancing. You want to balance hard.
Can you balance hard?
Oh, you can. You can.
I don't know. Those
Thanks, guys. Have a great week. We'll see you guys next time.